Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. This one, baby. Okay, so it's not for the weak because today we are diving into the real, the raw, and the unfiltered. How does he view you right now? What is he seeing that you're not even aware of? Okay, so we're about to expose some secrets here. But I want you to take a moment and meditate on the three cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card one with the teal blue, card two, yellow, and the card three with the tangerine glass crystal. All right, so let's get straight into it. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. This one, oh baby, listen, this is not for the weak because today we are diving into the real, the raw, and the unfiltered. Okay, how does he view you right now? What is he seeing that you're not even aware of? Okay, secrets are about to be exposed. So if you have been wondering what's going on in his head when it comes to you, keep your ears open, your crystals charged, and your boundaries high, honey, because this isn't just a reading. This is a spiritual mic drop. All right. So, all right, card one. Let me just say this. Your energy draws you here to the teal blue glass crystal and the listen card. Let me be clear. This man is listening. Even if he's ghosted, right? Even if he's acting cool, even if he's been out here like random gym thirst traps, okay? He hears you loud and clear. You don't even have to say a word. Your energy speaks first. And baby, it's bilingual. Okay? Your energy is bilingual. So yeah, the teal blue glass crystal though, like that's the throat chakra. It is it's royalty. It's royalty. And it's given, I said it once, and that was enough to shift the whole damn timeline. Okay, that's what this energy is saying. I said it once, and that was enough to shift the damn timeline. But let's get messy, honey, because this man is spooked. Okay, you said things that hit him so deep. They circled the block and hit his soul again. Okay, you're not just a woman to him. You're a damn revelation. Okay, because he is not used to someone reading him like a scripture. Okay, and then slicing his ego with softness. And here's what you don't know. He replays the convos in his head like they're voice notes from God. Okay, so yeah, he's breaking down your text like they are coded messages. And he's wondering what you really meant because, baby, you are layered. And he knows that if he missteps with you, listen, he knows that he won't just lose a woman, he'll lose a portal to truth, to healing, to finally being seen. But right now, he is terrified of what your silence is saying because the way you pull it back, it's not loud, it's devastating. So this man feels your absence in his chest like a panic attack with no name. All right. And so card one, make sure that you stay tuned until the end of this reading because I'll be summing up the total energy. And trust me, look, you don't want to miss what this man really sees in you and what you might be overlooking about your own damn power. All right. So let's go ahead and pull your next card. And let's see what else is coming through. You have the planet Saturn, which is the advocate, the planet Saturn. All right, I'm going to pull another card and then we're going to read that energy together. You got Gemini, the planet Saturn and Gemini. Okay, so as we know, Gemini is an air energy, and Gemini also could be in the top placements of his birth chart or yours as a confirmation to the reading. The planet Saturn does rule over Capricorn. All right, so that's discipline, commitment, and challenges showing up. But let me say this. We are getting cosmic with it, okay? We're getting cosmic with it because Saturn and Gemini, buckle up. Because this just turned from how does he see you to how is the universe schooling him through you. So let's get into it, okay? Dramatic, spiritual, and unapologetically bold energy coming through. Listen, Saturn plus Gemini energy, okay? The advocate, the truth teller, the mirror. So first of all, sis, you're not just a woman to him, you're a cosmic assignment. So let me say that louder for the karmically confused in the back. Okay, you are a lesson, a walking, talking Saturn return. He didn't meet you by accident. He met you when it was time to grow the hell up. Because Saturn says, be accountable, do the work, stop playing and start evolving. Okay, and Gemini says, let's talk about it. Let's think it through. Let's go to the truth. So what does this mean? He sees you as the challenge that his soul wasn't ready for, but can't walk away from. He can't walk away from it. You called him out without even raising your voice. You trigger his ego, but it's really his shadow being exposed, okay? Because you make him think, right? You make this guy think. And we all know, honey, Gemini can do some thinking. Gemini can do some thinking. But, you know, let's be real. Not every man wants a woman who can out logic and out feel them at the same damn time. You are the storm and the structure. Okay, so he looks at you and sees what it would mean to build something real. But he also knows that that means letting go of his little toxic comforts. And baby, he's been dragging his emotional feet. Let's be clear though. You are giving, I won't settle for potential energy. Show up or shut up. And he's starting to realize you don't just talk it, you live it. That's Saturn, right? That's Saturn, that's Gemini. And so that's divine pressure. So when he looks at you right now, he sees the version of himself he could become. If he stops bullishing, if he stops, you know what I'm saying, BSing, okay? But whether or not he can rise to the occasion, that's on him. That is solely on him, all right? So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and pull your next card and see how this energy is flowing. All right. So what is the energy, spirit, as it does relate? What is coming through? All right. Okay, you got the Empress. The Empress, baby. And when she show up, honey, it's on. You know what I mean? It's like, it is, I'm just saying, it's on like popcorn. Although I love popcorn. Something about popcorn is coming through. But yeah, look. Now we're talking divine feminine royalties. So you didn't just show up in his life. You arrived. You walked in and the universe said, class is in session and she's the curriculum. Okay. So this is the major arcana tarot, which means major pressure, major reality check. Listen up, Clarity family, because the Empress is not the chick you chase. She's the throne you rise to. And that's exactly how he sees you right now. Unreachable unless he levels up. So you're not his dream girl. Nah, You're the standard. You are the standard, the bar, the blueprint. And he knows it. Let me tell you what he sees when he looks at you. Okay? It's abundance, power, fertility, and not just of body, but ideas, dreams, and damn energy. Okay? Because you're soft, but don't get it twisted. You're not fragile. You're the kind of woman who makes a man question what he's been settling for. And that's terrifying because here's the truth. The Empress doesn't chase, she attracts. So if he's feeling distant right now, it's not rejection, it is divine redirection. The energy is telling him, come correct or don't come at all. And you stopped giving Empress energy to jester behavior. Okay, because you outgrown crumbs, confusion, and conditional affection. He sees you thriving, glowing, rebuilding, maybe even glowing up in silence. And it's messing with his head. Okay, because you don't need him. And he knows it. What's wild is this man still believes that he could lose you and somehow still win. But the Empress doesn't play that game. She's not here to be chosen. She chooses herself first. Okay, so the message is getting louder and the energy is shifting. Right? Can you feel it? So let's go ahead and pull the next card. All right, so I'm just going to make sure I adjust your cards so that, just in case you want to screenshot your energy. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. Okay, what is the energy as it does relate? Spirit, what is coming through? What is going on with this man? Right? The student. And this is an arrogance, honey, in pursuit of destructive knowledge, baby. The unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. But you could best believe, honey, you are resonating with the humility and devotion to knowledge and the openness to lifelong learning. So there's a huge difference between somebody that knows it all, which is him, and somebody who knows that they don't know it all and they are willing to learn, which is you. That's a huge difference, right? So, yeah, baby, you got the student. And this card right here, it exposed, right? It's like exposed time. So because Spirit is not just revealing how he sees you, it's laying his whole inner struggle bare, okay? So let's get into it. This is shadow plus light energy. This is arrogance in pursuit of destructive knowledge and the unwillingness to apply it versus humility, devotion, openness to true growth. But we're going to start with him, okay? He's the kind of student who skips class but swears he read the syllabus. He thinks he knows it all. He'll read a meme, hear a podcast, watch one spiritual TikTok, and now he's like a deep soul, right? Please, honey, please. He's the student who shows up late, won't take notes, and then blames the universe when he fails the test. Arrogant, stagnant, and obsessed with looking like he's growing without actually doing the work. Okay? Yeah, because he collects wisdoms like trophies, and not to change, but to flex. And that's the trap. That's the trap because, baby, you're the real student. You're humble. You're the humble one, the open one, the one Spirit speaks to because you actually listen. You know that healing ain't pretty and growth ain't linear. And love don't mean ish if it ain't rooted in accountability. So you're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be present. You're not chasing knowledge to prove anything. You're chasing alignment. And that is why you are evolving faster than he can keep up. And here's the gag. He sees it and he's intimidated as heck because while he's out here in the illusion of wisdom, you're living in the real thing. You are walking truth. You embody that, I'm still learning, but I'm not lying to myself about it energy. And he knows on a soul level that if he wants to be anywhere near you, he knows that he has got to stop pretending and start transforming. He got to. So, but right now, yeah, he is still stuck on page 1, trying to sound like he wrote the book. Girl, I know you felt that. I know you did. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull your next card because, honey, we're getting even closer to the truth than he's ready for. So we gonna share it, all right? Okay, so what is the energy as it does relate coming through? You got missing you. He says, I miss you. I wish things were different. Yep. Can you see your cards? I want to make sure you can see all your cards. I want to just overlap this card just so you can see it. Okay. Say it with me, Clarity family. Regret is loud. And this man is missing you in ways that he doesn't even have the language for. Because you weren't just a vibe, you were a turning point. Let's be real. He might act cool. He might act cool and hit you with a delayed, hope you're doing good text, or straight up vanish and watch your stories like a silent ghost in the algorithm. But in his spirit, you are the unanswered question, the open tab, the memory that refuses to close. I wish things were different is a code for I wasn't ready for a real one. I thought you'd wait while I healed on your time. And I thought you'd always be accessible until you were not. And let's be clear. He doesn't just miss you, the person. He misses the peace, the inspiration, the accountability, the standard. Because every time he tries to connect with someone else, he realizes they're not you. They don't challenge him. They don't reflect his potential. They don't bring that high vibrational pressure that only a woman in her power can carry. You cracked him open. And now he's trying to close it back up. But Spirit won't let him. He won't let him do it. Because this is the thing. You weren't just the moment. Okay? You were a mirror. And baby, he can't unsee what you showed him. He misses the way you listened. Misses the way you listened. He misses the way you didn't settle. And deep down, he's praying that you haven't completely outgrown the version of him that he's trying to become. Okay? Now, we're almost towards the end of your reading, but the final energy, honey, is going to tie this all together. How he sees you, what he still can't face, and what Spirit is calling you to do next. Okay? So let's go ahead and pull your next card. We have 2 more cards to go, so we're going to pull the next one. All right, so let's see what it is. All right, got 2 more. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? The 9 of Swords. What do you know? 9 of Swords. Interesting. Interesting to say the least, right? 9 of Swords. It's air, it's Gemini, it's Aquarius, it's Libra energy. But listen, this ain't no light love tap from the universe, okay? This is that 3 a.m. spiritual smackdown energy. And guess who is on the receiving end of it? Guess. Mental chaos, regret, anxiety, self-inflicted torment. Let me break it down for you in plain, bold ass truth. Okay? He's not sleeping well. He may look calm on social media, might even be out here pretending like he's unbothered, but spiritually, he's pacing the floor of his mind like, like it's a jail cell. And that pillow that he lays on, filled with, what ifs, that bed he made, okay? He made his own bed. It's cold because your warmth is no longer in it. He thought he could detach. He thought he could move on without doing the work. He thought you were replaceable. And now he's thinking too damn much. Because here's what's hitting him. He hurt someone who was sent to help him heal. He betrayed peace for ego. He chose emotional shortcuts over soul level accountability. And now Spirit is dragging his ass every night like a karmic TED Talk. Okay? Like a karmic TED Talk on repeat. 9 of Swords. 9 ways he fumbled. 9 times he could have been reeled. 9 swords. But instead of taking action, he's in paralysis. Why? I'll tell you why. Because he doesn't know if he still has access to you or if you have finally locked the gate. And that's what's ripping him open. Because even if you are still quiet, even if you haven't said a word, your absence is speaking fluently. Because he sees you glowing, growing, getting back to you. And that is the haunting, right? That's haunting him more than any conversation ever could. This is his spiritual consequence. And Spirit is saying, until you face yourself, you'll keep losing what was sent to elevate you. Okay. So yeah, we got 1 card left. And it's going to bring this whole truth together like the final act of a movie, okay? That you didn't even know what was happening or what it was about. All right. So let's go ahead and drop this final card. Let's drop this final card and we'll summarize the total energy right after. All right. So all right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What do we have coming through? All right, so we got girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single and living in the moment, having fun. Okay. All right. Let's see. And just like that, the tables, baby, they did not just turn, right? They have been flipped, redecorated, and reserved for one badass woman only. And that's you. That's you. All right, this is girl talk. Like I said, it's time with friends, moving on, happily single, and living in the moment, having fun. Let's get loud about it, Clarity family. You didn't just survive this connection, you transcended it. So yeah, while he is over here, right? Over there like sleepless, stressed, and spiritually stuck in remedial love class, you are out here booked, busy, and blessed. You're healing out loud. You're laughing again. And not because everything is perfect, but because you remembered your power. You remembered you. You're not chasing text. You're chasing joy. You're not looking at your phone hoping he'll call. You're too busy silencing right? Silencing it. You're too busy silencing your phone while you dance with your girls and sip on I'm the damn prize energy. Okay? Because this is the season of letting it be light. You're not carrying his guilt. You're not decoding his silence. You're done playing spiritual therapist to a man who couldn't even spell accountability, because you have finally moved on from the version of you that settled for potential and stepping fully into the you that only entertains what's aligned, grown, and sacred. Because here's the truth. Here is the truth. You don't need closure. You are the closure. Let that sink in for just a second. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and break down your total energy summary. He sees you as a powerful, rare, and unforgettable, right? But also out of reach. He's in regret, confusion, and mental chaos, but still resisting true change. Okay, so Spirit exposed his patterns, his ego, and his inability to rise when it mattered. Meanwhile, you are healing, glowing, and finally putting you first, as you should have all along, okay? Because you were the lesson, you were the elevation, and now you are the freedom, okay? So that's your reading, Clarity family. Woo! Let it marinate, let it empower you, and let it remind you you're not just walking away. You're walking the heck up, okay? And I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. How does he feel about you right now? Honey, buckle up, because this one's going to hit different, okay? Your energy, it drew you here today to the yellow glass crystal and the card Expect the Unexpected. So we're not talking about a pretty little yellow square of sunshine, honey. No, we're talking about the type of energy that makes things shift, okay? This is the kind of vibe that makes him double take, pause, and second guess everything he thought he knew. Okay, because you got an aura, right? You have an aura that shake things up without even trying, and he feels it. So you're the kind of woman who comes in, does her thing, and leaves him wondering, did I just encounter something rare? He's wondering, like, did I just encounter something rare, or did I just miss an opportunity of a lifetime? Babe, he feels that shift every time you step into the room, okay? Every time you text, and most definitely when you leave, okay? So whenever you are in his presence, in whatever way, he feels your energy, okay? So let's go ahead and pull your next card, and make sure that you stay until the end of your reading, because I'm going to summarize his total energy at the end, all right? So let's see. Honey, look, the planet Saturn, which is the administrator. Okay, planet Saturn in the house. I do want to point out that Saturn does rule over Capricorn. So Capricorn is significant here in the energy. Let's see what else we got coming through. Oh, you got the 11th house. This is Aquarius energy. 11th house rules over Aquarius. It's about like living on the edge, friendships, group activity, baby, the future, being rebellious, having common things in common. And it also represents like a startup. So if you're interested in like starting a new business or something, this is Spirit's answer to you, like, yes, get that going because it's successful already. Claim it, honey. All right. So yeah, let's look at this energy together. Let's see. So, Saturn is not here to play. Okay, because this is all about structure, discipline, and commitment. So when this planet is in the mix, we're talking about, we are not talking about the casual kind of connection, baby. We're talking about serious long-term potential. He feels like you bring stability, but not in a boring, predictable way. You are the beautiful balance of being grounded yet unpredictable, rooted but with a whole lot of fire under the surface. Okay, so this is the kind of energy that challenges him to step up, get serious, and do better. Okay, now let's throw in the Capricorn energy that Saturn rules. Okay, because you are the CEO of your life. Okay, and it shows. He knows it. So when he looks at you, he knows you're someone who is always moving forward, always leveling up, always thinking about the bigger picture. You are an empire in the making, and he's keenly aware of it. So whether he likes it or not, he feels this pressure to either get on your level or get left behind. And it is making him anxious. Trust that. So next here you have the 11th house, ruled by Aquarius. Now this is where things get interesting, because this house is all about the future, friendship, and being rebellious. So Aquarius vibes are unconventional. Okay, they break the mold. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. This is Spirit saying, expect the unexpected. Okay, because you are shaking up his life in ways that he didn't see coming. You aren't the typical predictable woman. You are exciting in the most innovative way. You're not just someone he can pin down or understand with a simple label. Okay, no, he can't. You are a mystery, a revolution, a shift in his reality. But here's where it gets deeper. This Aquarius energy is also about groups, friendships, and shared passions, right? And that's something he deeply connects with when it comes to you. You are not just a romantic option. You bring a whole lifestyle with you. So, when he's with you, he feels like, he's tapping into something bigger than just himself. Okay? You align with his future, but you do it in a way that's completely new and liberating. And hold up, because, honey, Spirit just dropped the bomb. Again, if you have been thinking about starting a business or stepping into something new in your career, this is a resounding yes. Yes. Spirit says, claim it, honey. The startup you've been dreaming about, it's already successful, written in the stars. So take the leap. You are the kind of woman who moves like that, and Spirit's energy is here for it. Okay? So let's go ahead and pull your next card. But stay tuned, because I'm going to summarize his total energy at the end, and we're getting deeper into how he feels about you. All right, so let's pull your next card. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate to what we got coming through? Look at that, the Ace of Cups. I don't know, I'm just all giddy about this one. The Ace of Cups. Whoa, he's like, is she with somebody? Could we actually be in this relationship? Like, either like he's concerned about you getting in a new relationship, honey, or he's just like, I don't know how I fumbled. Like, she is the relationship goal. Damn. Right? So, bro. Listen, the Ace of Cups, it's water. So it's Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. This card, pure emotion, pure feeling. It's like spilling your heart out, right? Spilling your heart out without warning. And that's exactly what's happening in this energy right now. So he's either falling for you in ways that he didn't expect, or he's dealing with a flood of emotions that are so intense that he doesn't even know how to process them. Okay? Because the Ace of Cups It's new emotional beginnings, overflowing love, deep feelings that can't be ignored. And let me tell you straight, he is feeling it, babe. He's feeling you, okay? And it's not just a passing thought. It's a emotional tsunami. If he's with somebody else right now, you better believe he's comparing. He's wondering how the hell he ended up with someone, right, who just doesn't compare to the vibe you two share. Because right now, yes, he is stuck. He's stuck in his head, thinking about how, he could have fumbled you. The woman who is literally the definition of a relationship goal. He sees your value. He feels your energy, but that emotional maturity, baby, that's where he's lacking. But here's the kicker, sweetie. The Ace of Cups is not just about feeling. It's also about beginning something new. So he's torn and he's stuck in his own damn feelings about what he's missing. And if you're out there dating, moving on, or having fun, he's feeling that absence with every beat of his heart. Okay, this man is definitely in his head. Okay, he's in his head, feeling the weight of what, he could have had with you. All right. Now let's go ahead and keep this moving forward because, listen, we got more to uncover about how he's feeling. And baby, you don't want to miss it. And remember, stay tuned for the total energy summary coming at the end because it's all going to come together. All right. So let's see here. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what else is coming through. All right. You got attention of others. I'm addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I don't feel whole without it. Baby, this him coming in speaking his truth. Have you noticed that he's an attention seeker? Like, is this something that you've seen? Because, honey, he's showing up here saying it loud and clear. This is where it gets messy. Right? This is where it gets messy and real at the same time. I'm addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I feel cold without it. Or I don't feel whole without it. Okay. Woo. Okay. Say it with me. Say it with me. Red damn flag. Red damn flag, because this man, he's finally coming forward, even if it's just energetically, to confess something that you might have already felt in your gut. He's an attention seeker. And not because he's confident, but because he's low-key empty without validation. It's like no matter how much love you poured into him, he still needed eyes on him to feel whole. Okay, he needs that. And baby, that ain't your job. This is the kind of man that'll have a good woman at home, but still be scrolling. He'd be still scrolling, flirting, fishing for compliments, keeping options open like it's a damn buffet. Why? You ask, why? Well, because the silence makes him sit with himself. And let's be real, he can't stand being alone with who he really is. But here's the truth. He was most alive when your attention was on him. He was most alive. Because you don't give out energy cheap. You don't. You don't fake affection. You don't gas up anyone who doesn't deserve it. So when you paid attention to him, he felt important. He felt seen. And now that your energy has pulled back, he's spiraling. That coldness that he's talking about, honey, that is what feels like, that's what it feels like when a real one stops pouring into a bottomless pit. So ask yourself, have you noticed him being this way before? Have you seen him flirt for no reason? Post just to get a reaction. Always needing a crowd, an audience, a damn fan club. Because that part of him is speaking loud and clear now. And Spirit is confirming that, it wasn't just your imagination. He really was addicted to the spotlight, even if it cost him the realest woman in the room. Okay, so let's keep going. Honey, let's keep going because we're almost to the final card. And baby, the picture is getting juicy. It is getting juicy. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through, Spirit? Look at that. Liberator. Imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate and ignoring legitimate constraints. This is some dark energy. This is some low vibrational liberator energy coming through. Girl. This man. I just have to pause for 1 second with this. I'm like, okay. All right. We've entered this. We have entered his shadow realm. So let's break this all the way down because this man ain't no savior, okay? He's a smooth talker with a God complex. He wanted to play the hero in your life, wanted to come off like he was helping you grow, guiding you, maybe even teaching you something. But the truth, he wanted control. So let's call it what it is. He didn't want to liberate you. He wanted to be your grateful for crumbs while he sat on a pedestal made out of manipulation and ego. This is that low vibe masculine energy that it will mask as, listen to this, as awakened, but is really just emotional dictatorship, okay? He might have said things like, I'm just trying to help you. I only say this because I care. I thought you wanted real love. But every time you tried to speak up, stand up, or call out his bullish, his BS, he shut you down. Because deep down, he couldn't handle a powerful woman who didn't need saving. He needed someone to orbit around him to make him feel useful. And not someone who stood beside him as an equal. Okay, because this card exposes that he ignored boundaries and dismissed your needs and twisted your strength into something he felt threatened by. Why? Well, because in his world, he had to feel like the one in control. Even if it meant playing the role of like a false protector. Spirit said this ain't just a red flag. This is a whole damn banner in Times Square. Okay? You were dealing with someone who knew exactly what to say, but used that wisdom to manipulate, not uplift. Honey, he imposed his will, called it love, and then got mad when you called back your power. He got mad when you called back your power. That's some BS right there. All right, so we got 2 cards to go. And then we're summarizing it all. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. And see what the message is coming through. What is the energy as it does relate? All right, so we got King of Wand. You see this? King of Wand, honey. Crazy. The king. I don't know. Insane. Wand energy is fire, so Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And this energy could be in the top placements of his birth chart or yours as a confirmation. But this is that charismatic energy, magnetic, confident, and fine as hell when he wants to be. All right? But let's not get hypnotized. Let's not get hypnotized by the charm, sis. Let's talk about what's really going on here. Okay? This man He's got BDE, big dreamer energy. He walks like he's the answer to your prayers and talks like he's the only one who ever really got you. And when he looks at you, honey, he knows exactly what he's doing. But here's the real tea. The King of Wands can be all talk and no follow through if he's not grounded. Okay? Yes, he sees you. Yes, he knows your truth. And yes, he feels drawn to your light. But that fire, that passion, it can burn. It can burn if there's no emotional maturity behind it. This is the man who will come in hot and promise you the moon, spark the most magnetic chemistry. And then when things get too real, he ghosts, flakes, or starts spiraling because he wasn't ready to truly lead. But let's not get it twisted. He views you as someone who's just as powerful. You intimidate him in the best way. In the best way, because he sees you as the queen energy. He sees you as the queen energy. And he knows that you're not easily impressed. And honey, while he wants to stand beside you, there's a part of him that wonders if he's really king enough to match your throne. So here we are. Here we are. A man with potential, a man with present, but potential, it doesn't pay emotional rent. And the biggest thing coming through from spirit right now is, he wants to act like he's in charge, but baby, you're the one running the frequency. You are the one running the frequency. Your power, your presence, your passion, it lights him up. But until he learns how to stand with you and not just in front of you, he's just a king with a crown and no kingdom. All right. So we got one final card to pull before I bring it all together in that total energy summary. And baby, based on what we've seen so far, this last card, right, it just might be the mic drop. So let's go. Let's get it. All right, so let's see, what is the energy as it does relate. All right, what is the energy? Date, meeting, someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. Okay. Okay, let me see what I'm picking up, y'all. Clarity, family. All right. Okay. Listen, let's be all the way clear. You were over here trying to get a read on him, right? But Spirit flipped the whole script and said, why? Right? Spirit said, why? Because he's not your final chapter. So let's break this energy all the way down. Here's the tea. This man, he is still in your energy because he feels your shift. He feels you moving on. He feels you leveling up, glowing differently, not reaching out like you used to. And while, yeah, he's out here playing emotional Jenga with his ego, Spirit's already opening the door to someone new. Because here's what's really happening. You are elevating. Because you have done the shadow work. You cried the tears. You decoded the red flags. And now you are stepping into your soft era. Okay? And it's your soft era meets savage era combo. Okay? Because you're not dating for drama anymore. You're dating for peace, pleasure, purpose. And that's exactly why this new connection is on the horizon. Okay? Now, this card is not a maybe. It's a promise. It's a promise. You're about to meet someone who chooses you without confusion. All right? Who doesn't need to figure it out first, who doesn't get turned on by the attention of others just to feel whole. Because this new energy is bold, it's clear, it's consistent, and most importantly, it's ready. All right? And so your total energy summary is this. This man from your past, he's watching you like a plot twist. He's deep in regret, stuck in ego, and addicted to the attention and masking control as care. Yes, he sees your value now. Yes, he still desires you, but he's not evolving. He's not evolving fast enough to keep up with your frequency. No. Meanwhile, you are in your divine timeline. A new love story is aligning, and one that doesn't come with chaos or conditions. So yeah, while he's out here in the what if, you are moving into the what's next. And baby, what's next is about to blow your mind. Okay? Clarity family, listen, that's your reading. If it resonated, you already know what to do. And remember, you are not hard to love. You were just too much for someone who was too small for your magic. Now go shine. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. How does he view you right now? Secrets exposed. So right now, your energy has drawn you straight here to the tangerine glass crystal and the nature card. And baby, let me tell you, this one is juicy because there is something primal about the way he sees you. All right. And, you know, I'm picking up some raw, unfiltered, unapologetically a real ass energy. Okay, because you're not just some pretty face or a fantasy that he can toy with. You are earth, you are grounding, you are life force. So when you walk in a room, it's like the air changes. All right, you don't have to say a word, and yet you're present. Your presence speaks volumes. You remind him of who he wants to be, but doesn't know how to become. So this nature card says, he sees you as someone who is rooted, real, and hard to shake. And you're the type of person who doesn't just survive, you thrive. He's been around people who conform, right? Who wear masks and who perform. But you're the storm and the calm after it, okay? You don't need to chase, you attract. And that's what's driving him wild. Because deep down, he doesn't know if he deserves access to something so authentic. Right? He doesn't even know. So he may not have told you this, but he's intimidated by the way you live your truth. No filters, no begging, no pretending. You are aligned with your own rhythm. And he's afraid that he will get lost trying to keep up. So now, right, we have grounded into this earthy, unshakable feminine power. Okay? This is where we are. So let's keep it going and pull the next card and see what else Spirit has coming through for you. What is the energy as it does relate? Look at that. The visionary with the planet Jupiter. I'm going to go ahead and pull another card. And you got the 12th house in astrology. This is a house of surrendering. It's a house of also having baggage and guilt. Prayer, the Akashic records, it's the house of healing, the 12th house. So with Jupiter in the 12th house coming through, let me just tell you something. This is deep. It's big and deep because the planet Jupiter is about expansion and growth. Jupiter is the world. Jupiter says the world is filled with possibilities here. Okay? So this is big wisdom and blessings. You, my love, are a seer. You are a seer. You have always known things before they're said. You feel when something is off. You sense the shift when the floor even shakes, before the floor even shakes. And this man, he knows you see right through him. And that's why he's always been just a little uneasy in your presence. And not because you're harsh, but because you are the truth, he keeps trying to outrun. Okay? The visionary energy says, you're not meant to be anyone's placeholder. You're not meant to be almost. You are the blueprint he never expected, but secretly always wanted. Jupiter's energy is big, abundant, and unstoppable. Okay, so he sees you as someone destined for more, and it scares him. Because if he can't rise to meet your level, he knows that he'll get left behind. He knows he'll get left behind. And that house of healing coming through here, baby, this is deep, because Spirit is saying that this connection was never just about romance. Okay, this was a karmic awakening, a soul contract, a call to evolution. You showed up to his life like a mirror, and instead of growing with you, he got scared of his own reflection. He carries guilt, he carries baggage, but you surrendered your pain and it turned into power. You are healing lineages. You're tapping into the Akashic records. You're rewriting the damn code, babe. Okay? You are rewriting the code. Okay? So now that, this level of soul truth has been unlocked, let's go ahead and pull your next card and see, what's still being revealed. All right, so let's get the next one coming through. All right, so we're going to go here. What is the energy as it does relate? What do we have coming through? You got the Four of Wands. Let me say this. The wand energy is fire. So you got Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries here. Okay. Now, with this energy coming through, baby, this man wasn't ready. Clarity family, let me say it loud. This man saw forever with you. Whether he admitted it or not, you were the one he imagined coming home to. Celebrations, milestones, the next level love. Because the Four of Wands is commitment, union, stability, and soul recognition. Okay? And what's wild is he may have sabotaged the exact thing that he always said he wanted. Why? You ask why? Well, because deep down, he didn't feel worthy. This is the card of, I could have had it all, but my fears were louder than my faith. My fears were louder than my faith. And now he's watching you become everything he wished he could rise up to match. He knew you were wife energy. He knew you were peace. He knew you were the one who poured into him and not poisoned him. But instead of showing up, he folded. And now he's haunted by the vision of you with someone else, living the life he was too insecure to claim. And let's be clear, this isn't just about romantic longing. No, this is spiritual regret. His soul knows he fumbled divine timing. But baby, you are the prize. You are the portal. You are the party. Okay, so if he couldn't bring a stable foundation to your sacred house, he had no business standing at the altar. Woo! Okay? And we still got more coming through. So let's go ahead and pull your next card and keep peeling back these layers, because this man is unraveling and Spirit is telling everything. All right, so let's get the next card coming through. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? gaslighting you. I have been lying to and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. Okay. You really have to pause on that one, right? It's like, whew, let me just pause and take a breather, baby. Clarity family, listen up. This is the part of the reading where the mask, it comes all the way off. Because this man, he played with your mind because he couldn't handle the truth. You called things out. You called things out. And, oh my goodness, you felt the vibe shift. You sensed the energy getting weird. And he would tell you that it was all in your head, but it wasn't. You were right. He didn't just have the backbone to admit it. He just didn't have it, because if he admitted it, that would mean taking accountability. And that's something he'd been running from his entire life. He made you second guess yourself. He twisted your words. He created confusion, not because you were wrong, but because you were dead on accurate. And that terrified him. Gaslighting is emotional manipulation at its finest. And baby, the fact that you made it out of that fog is proof that your intuition is undefeated. This card is his soul's confession. He might not have the guts to say it to your face, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically, he knows he broke your trust, and he knows you didn't deserve it. You were never too much. He was just too small to stand in your light. Now the question is, can he live with the truth now that it's out? Because Spirit's not done. Spirit is not done exposing him. Okay? It's not done. So let's go ahead and pull your next card and finish what we started. Because, we're almost at the final judgment, honey. Let's go ahead and pull your next card. All right, so let's see what else is coming through. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go here. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? The Monk Nun, Monknun. This is the negative judgment of the physical world in excess piety, Piety. Oh, negative self. Man. All right. See, you know why though? You are a selfless, devoted person, and you're dedicated to spirit. You don't care what nobody says, but he's the opposite of that. The total opposite. I want to make sure you can see your cards all the way so that, you know what? I'm going to put this card here and just go over here. All right. The Spirit's not holding back, because what we're dealing with here is a man at war with himself. Okay. So yeah, on the surface, he might act like he's cool, like he's in control, like he's got it all figured out. But on a soul level, he is struggling with deep shame, self-judgment, and a rejection of anything that reflects real spiritual growth. This energy is giving, I'm comfortable with how holy your energy feels because I haven't cleaned up my own. Now you've been the one praying over this connection. You've been the one protecting him in the spirit without even saying a word. You've been walking in your purpose, living with intention, and giving from a place of soul, not ego. And he felt that. He respected that. But he also resented it because it made him confront how disconnected he's been from his own divinity. So this card shows that he has a negative view of the physical world, which means instead of embracing love, vulnerability, and intimacy, he tries to suppress, control, or sabotage it. And yet, here you are. Here you are. Selfless, devoted, fully aligned with spirit. You don't move to impress, you move to uplift. You don't care about the clout, you care about connection. And that scares him more than anything. Because no matter what he tells himself or others, he knows that you are spiritually protected, and he knows he can't fake that kind of energy. You can't fake that kind of energy. Let's get ready, baby, because we got one more card. All right, we got one more card. And we're going to summarize this entire soul saga. The final judgment is coming. So let's go ahead and pull your last card and get the message from it. And then we'll summarize. Self-indulgence. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. Okay. Let's see. Can you see that card? Yes, you can. I'm going to move it up a little. All right. Self-indulgence is in the house. All right. So with self-indulgence showing up in this way, again, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. This is deep. But it's something that you have been resonating with all along. Okay? Clarity family, this is the drop, because this is the wrap up of a karmic loop. Spirit brought us through the layers, the lies, the longing, the lessons, okay? And now we have landed right where we're meant to be all along, back to you. Because at the end of the day, this reading wasn't just about how he views you. It was about how you needed to start seeing yourself again, okay? You have been giving, loving, waiting, and praying, doubting, questioning, all while carrying a soul that's been screaming, "Don't forget me," in the middle of this. Self-indulgence isn't selfish. It's survival. It's spirit saying, pour into your cup like it's the last damn drop on earth. Reclaim your beauty, your softness, your strength, your silence, your sacredness. Do your shadow work. Love the parts of you that you were told were too much. Honor your sensuality. Celebrate your growth. Take yourself on the date that you were hoping he'd plan. Turn your healing into your halo. Because here's the secret exposed now. He didn't just view you as the one that got away. He views you as the one who showed him who he truly is. But it's not your job to fix him. It's not your job to shrink for his comfort. And baby, it is definitely not your job to dim your divine light. You are the blessing. You are the altar. You are the anointing. So if he couldn't show up in alignment, that's his loss and your liberation. And the summary here of his total energy is he has been haunted by your absence, paralyzed by his ego, gaslighting your intuition, craving your energy, and hiding from his truth. But you rose above. And now Spirit is telling you to turn all that love back inward. This is your season of soulful indulgence, of saying yes to yourself without apology. Without apology. So go ahead, Clarity family, stand tall in your truth, because when you honor you, no man, no matter how fine or fumbled, right, can touch what Spirit has crowned. And that's on sacred timing. See you in the next reading, babe. Stay blessed, stay bold, and stay unbothered. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.